everyone, today we're going to do a prenatal workout, or if you're somebody who needs lots of modifications, this is the right workout for you. So we won't be doing any lying on our back, we won't be doing any lifting of our head and chest, and obviously no lying on our stomach. But other than that, we'll have some fun. Okay, so if you wanted, you could have a towel. All of this can be done without a towel, but I think like just a bath towel is a nice prop for what we're gonna start with. I have a really luxurious plush towel, which makes it a little bit harder, so I'm gonna fold it long ways because I need to be able to grab the whole thing. All right, so you're gonna start seated, crisscross applesauce if that feels good for you, and you're gonna find your sits bones. If you have trouble finding your sits bones, fold up your mat a couple times so that your butt is lifted. That will help you. All right, from here, you're gonna grab the towel and you're just gonna pull out a little bit, release. Whoop. Out a little bit, release. Out, release. So you can see from the back, little tug out, release. Tug out, release. So I should be feeling right through here, activate. Okay? And let's work on our breath. Exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep going like that. Every time you exhale, you draw the belly button towards the spine. So it's exhale. Inhale. Like the baby bumps coming up and release. Up and release. 3, 2, 1. Let it come down. Cool. So if this is like, feel like Dara, my arms just really aren't having this day, you could do it like this. That's fine. Then we're going to take the towel and bring it up overhead. To start, I want you to reach up, shrug your shoulders, and then drop the shoulders down the back. This is where they stay. From here, you're going to pull out on the towel, release. Out on the towel, release. Now the tendency is going to be to flare your rib cage. So if I were to go here, I want you to try to be as tall as you can, growing from the crown of your head, not from flaring the ribs. We'll pull out and release. Shoulders are down the back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that down. All right, so again, you could be here, little pull out, out. Okay, so let's move to some lateral flexion. You don't have to pull the towel very tight here, just generally hold it. Inhale as you grow tall, shoulders are still down. Exhale, hinge to one side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, and inhale. Let's try to reverse that breath. So exhale, inhale up and over. Yeah. Exhale, come up. Inhale up and over. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Notice if your shoulders starting to creep up. Last one. Inhale over. Exhale, come up. Before we move on, if you have an Apple Watch and didn't get credit for what you just did, go ahead and turn your Apple Watch onto Pilates. You might have to click other, but everybody wants credit. Okay, so last we're gonna move to some rotation here with the towel. So you're gonna take your arms forward, tall spine on your sits bones. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale, come through center. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale, come through center. Keep moving like that. Exhale, rotate from the rib cage. Inhale, come back. Rotate rib cage around the spine and come back. So if you're having a hard time doing this with the towel, bring your hands right on your ribs. Use that to help you move and back. What I don't want to see is this. Your back shouldn't compress at all. We just rotate and center. All right, 2 more. And it doesn't need to be a big rotation. Last one. Good. So those are just movements of your spine that would be really good to do daily just to get it moving. So now we're gonna move through your back in two other ways. So we just handled lateral flexion and rotation. Now we're gonna do regular flexion and extension. So bend your knees, plant your feet, put the towel away. I'm pretty sure we're done with it unless I come up with a magical idea. So hands are behind the knee pits. Depending on how pregnant you are, your legs would be wider or they can be narrow if you're not huge yet. All right, so as tall of a spine as you can get, still on your sits bones. You're gonna tuck your pelvis underneath you ever so slightly, pulling the baby up and in, and then grow tall, chest proud. I'm not arching, I'm reaching my sternum to the top corner of the room. And then I'm gonna draw my pelvis under me, and then I'm gonna come back. Not very big. Draw it under, and come back. Exhale. Inhale. So this should feel nice on your low back. Exhale. And inhale. Let's do 5. Inhale. 4. Oh, we forgot the extension. Add the extension. Yeah. 3. 2. Last one, hold it back. If this is challenging enough, you're gonna hold that. If you'd like more of a challenge, reach your hands forward. Come up to tall, extend, tuck under, round back. Come up to tall, extend, tuck under, round back. For 3. Exhale back. 2. Exhale back. Last one. Exhale back and hold. Not very far. From here, lift one arm up. Bring it down. Other arm up. Bring it down. If you're holding on, maybe you release one arm forward and back. Other arm forward and back. 2 more each. 1 more each. Good. Come on forward. Take a butterfly stretch. Grow your spine tall. All right. So now we're going to add some movement of the legs into that. So yes, we're working the hip joint a bit. That's a good thing. We want to mobilize that as much as possible. So we're going to add in some upper body or some lower abs. So from here, seated tall, arms are forward. Extend a leg long. Pull it back in. Other side, pull it in. It's easy to feel this all in the hip joint. Can you press that heel down, start to feel it in the back of the legs? It'll also connect to your low abdominals. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. If you'd prefer, your hands can be back here. Now, if you're feeling fancy, you could do both. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And watch as the belly button draws up and in. Or pull baby to spine, as they say. 2. This we're wearing socks is probably helpful. Sorry if you weren't. Last one. Good. Come on up. Take a break. So if you weren't already back that way, we're going to come back that way anyway for some tricep dips. So bend your knees, plant your feet. Hands are behind you. Fingers are facing in towards your bum. That's allowing your shoulders to open. And you're going to aim your elbows straight back behind you, not out to the side. So let's go for 8 slow ones. We're going to go down, down, press it, up, up. Take it down, down, bring it up. Belly to spine, down. It can be tiny, I don't care. You're moving. Bonus points. Take it back and up. 4 more. 4. Press. 3. Press. 2. Press. 1. Press. Come on up. Good. Take that butterfly stretch if that feels good. So now we're going to add that single leg extension as we do the tricep dip. So we're going to alternate. So bend the elbow as the right leg goes on. Straighten the elbows, bring it in. Left. Right. Left. Now have your elbows started to go out to the side? If so, draw them in and keep your belly drawing in. We're only here for 30 minutes, guys. For these 30 minutes, you're gonna be drawing your baby to your spine the whole time. After that, you can relax. Let's do one more each side. Right, left, and then come back up. Okay? We doing okay? So say you only like the tricep dips. Say you only like the leg lifts. Pick one. That's fine. We have one more round where we're going to try to do both legs and both arms. Okay? So from here, as you bend the elbows, both legs extend. As you straighten the elbows, pull them in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 6. 5. Watch your elbows. 4. I say that because I was getting lazy. 3. 2. 1. Come all the way up. Good. Let's be done with that. That sounds silly. All right. So we're going to come to some side lying work. So come to lying on your left side. Now for you, depending on what feels the best, depending on also where you are, you might want to bring something under your belly, under the side of your belly to kind of keep it lifted. Head can be all the way down, head can be propped up, or if you're pretty early on in your pregnancy, you could be here really lifting through the side body, but that's a lot of work. So maybe we come here. Okay. So you're going to start lining your spine up with the back edge of the mat. So you're in one straight line. Yeah? Great. All right. You're going to banana, it's a verb, your feet forward. Just take your feet to the front corner of your mat. From here, you're going to take your top leg back so it's in line with the rest of your body. So my bottom foot's angled forward. My top foot's just long, reaching as if I were standing on it. I'm going to lift the leg and lower. Lift and lower. So yes, I'm working out her hip, but can some of this come from your obliques? That would be extra cool. Relax your shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it in line with your hip. Now, it's not going to be big. Top hand should go forward. You're going to kick the foot forward and then draw it back. So forward, getting a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Reaching back, getting a hip stretch. Forward, hamstrings, back, hip. The tendency is as you go forward for your body to lean back, and as you go back for your body to lean forward, try to stay stable through the torso. 5. And back, and maybe as you get going, you get to go a little bigger. 4. 3. Wow, my socks are dirty. Gross. 2. And back. Last one, hold it forward. Circle that leg up around into your back point and then bring it forward. Maybe your circle is here. That's fine. Forward, up, around, and back. Is your thigh burning yet a little bit? That's cool. One more. Good. Hold it here. Now, if you're doing this correctly, you're starting to feel your core engaged to stabilize. That's great. Keep that engagement there, almost like you're pulling your belly in the whole time. Let's switch directions. Up, around, and forward. Kick it back. Up, around, and forward. Kick it back. Forward. Back. Forward. For 3. 2. Still reaching back. Last one. Come on back and take a break. Cool. Let's work the inner thigh. So we're going to give your outer hip a little bit of a break. You're going to bring your front foot. All right. So I don't know where that cut out because the phone call came in. All right. So from here, we're going to work our inner thigh because your top hip probably needs a little bit of a break. So bend your knee, plant the foot, reach through the bottom leg. You're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lift. Good. So you're reaching through that bottom leg. This time the bottom leg is still, so we had it forward. You're going to bring it back so it's in line with your hip. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that leg up. You're going to kick it forward an inch, back an inch. Forward meaning towards the camera, and back. Forward and back, forward and back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's combine. Forward, lift, lower, back, lift, lower. Forward, lift, back, lift. Can you make it almost a U shape? Forward lift, back lift, forward lift, back lift. 4, back, 3, back, 2, back, 1, back, lower that down. Okay? One last thing on this side, we're going to work our obliques a bit. So top hand is down, lift your top leg up. If you feel like you've got it, you're going to lift your bottom leg up to meet your top and lower. If that feels like too much, just lift and lower the top leg. All right, but if you're doing this when we hold, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower for 5, 4, 3, abs are in, 2, you guys are probably like, what abs, Dara? Hold it up, now lower both and lift both. Lower both and lift, moving from the side body, lower and lift. You're like, my thighs are feeling it. Yes, those two. Lower and lift, 2, 1. Good job. Carefully press yourself up to seated. Let's take a stretch. So plant your feet, hands are behind you, cross the leg you just worked. So your right foot's gonna cross over your left knee. Walk your hands towards you and grow your spine tall. You should feel that stretch right through where we just worked. Cool? Cool. And just breathe. It goes without saying, you guys can take breaks at any point. That's why you're at home and doing this on a video. The benefit of this. See, there's a silver lining. All right, let's get the other side over with. So you're gonna come lying on your other side. You'll know immediately if you've done the same side. So from here, your spine is nice and long. Head in line with shoulders, in line with hips, in line with ankles. And then you're just gonna take your feet slightly forward with that banana. But my hips have not shifted forward. My hips are stacked. Bottom leg comes back so it's in line with the hip. I'm reaching through the leg, lift and lower. Lift, you can't see my face, but hello. Lift and lower. Now your bottom leg has just worked a bit. Try to relax it. It's gonna wanna grip, keep it chill. Lift, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at hip height, hand goes forward, we kick it forward and draw it back. Now one side might have more range of motion than the other, so this side for me is a lot tighter. I'm not going to get as far. Forward and back, and that's just something to notice and be aware of. And back, and we can work on it. Forward and back without letting the torso try to help you. So it's low abs, low ab work, hamstring stretch, glute work, hip stretch. Low abs, hamstrings, glute and hips. 4, 3, 2. Last, when we hold it forward, this time we circle up, around, all the way to your back point. Kick it forward, up, around, and back. Forward. So we're getting movement through that hip. You're going to feel that femur moving in the hip socket. That's a good thing. 3, 2. Last 1. You'll hold it at your back point, switch directions. Up, around, and forward. Kick it right back. Up, around, and forward. Kick it back. Up, around, and forward. And back for 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Lower that down. So bring the legs back so they're in line with each other. And you're in one long line. Bend your bottom foot and place it down. From here, and if you can't really hold your foot here, It can go lower, or recruit your significant other or your other child. Have them hold your foot. From here, reach through your bottom leg. It's a lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Side lying work is fun to do with your kids. It's also fun to do with your significant other because men are pretty terrible at this. Like really terrible at side lying work. They do not like to work their outer hips. So if you want to feel better than your husband at something, do this. Good. Lift and lift. 5, 4, your shoulders relaxed. 3, 2, hold it up on the 1. We kick it forward a little bit, back a little bit, forward a little bit, back a little bit, forward, back. Keep reaching through that bottom leg. You're trying to reach, like I'm trying to reach my kids' kitchen set over here. 2, last one. Now we kick forward, lift, lower, back, lift, lower, forward, lift, back, lift, lower, forward, lift, lower, back. Let's turn it into that U. Forward and lift, back and lift, forward and lift, back and lift, forward and lift, back and lift. 2 more, forward and lift, back and lift. Last one, forward and lift, back and lift. Lower that down. Okay, so we're gonna work the obliques. Again, if you don't like that idea, you'll just lift the top leg. Keep your top leg long if you're doing the oblique variation. Top hand can come forward, bottom leg lifts, bottom leg lowers. Lift, lower, lift, lower. So you're lifting from that right inner thigh that we just worked. 4, 3, pull in, 2, holding it up on the 1, lower both, lift both, lower both, lift both. Think here, lower both, lift both, lower, lift, 4, lift, 3, lift, 2, lift, 1, lift, lower that down. All right, come on up to seated, carefully. Cross your left ankle over your right knee this time. And then take that stretch, walking your hands in towards you. Good. Relax your shoulders. Let that stretch feel good. All right, where are we at for time? I promised you guys only 30 minutes. Okay, and we're gonna spend some time stretching at the end because I think that's really important for you guys. It's also easy while we're cooped up like this to get pretty tight. If you guys are watching this video like 10 years into the future, there was a time when we sat at home for 3 months. Okay, so we're gonna do some quadruped work. That means hands and knees. So if you have any wrist issues, you're gonna come onto your forearms. If you had something lifted, it'd be better to bring something maybe a foot up to bring your hands on your forearm. I'm looking at this little cube thing that my kid has. I'd rest my forearms on that. But if you don't have any wrist issues, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And to start, let's cat-cow a bit. Tuck the tailbone, just round into a small cat. Let the belly relax, arch into cow. Round into cat with an exhale. Arch into cow. This is something I've done on my other videos, but I call it cement truck. So as you round, you start to rotate your hips. As you flatten and arch, you come the other direction. So it's a rotation as you do cat-cow. Some call it twerking. I do not. Cement truck. It should help release your pelvis a bit. If any of you guys decide to do this in labor to release your low back, tell me. Good. I did. But I might be the only weirdo. Okay, so find a neutral spine. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, neither arched nor rounded, just flat. From here, you're gonna reach your right leg back, keeping it on the ground. Try not to shift your body weight into your left. From here, just lift the leg up for 8, 7, it's small, 6, 5, equal weight in the other 3 limbs, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring that back down. Now, left hand reaches forward but on the mat. Draw the belly to spine, lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, breathe, 3, 2, 1, come back. Now we're going to work those same 2 limbs at the same time. If that feels like too much for you, just do the leg, okay? So from here, right leg back, left hand forward. Both are still on the mat. I'm going to lift both and lower both. Lift both, lower both. The whole time I'm drawing my abs in. Think about the diagonal from my left shoulder to my right hip. 3, 2, hold it up on the 1 if you've got it. Take the arm and the leg away from each other. Bring it back to the midline. Out, away, and back. You can even drop the hands and leg down lower. That's fine. For 2, 1, and then bring it back. Knees go wide. Take a child's pose. Whatever stretch feels good for your body right now, depending on where you're at. Let the head and neck rest. Now, I personally don't enjoy quadruped work. I find it really hard. So let's get the other side over with. And I'm not pregnant, so I find it hard. Let's get the other side over with. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. If you need to arch and round a couple times just to find that neutral spine, that's fine. Reach your left foot back, toes are tucked under. Make sure you're not shifting into your right hip. Come back to the center. We lift for 8, 7, little lift, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. My gaze is right in front of my fingers. Last one, bring it back in. So a lot of times we tend to let our head hang or we're looking super forward. Look right in front of your fingertips. Now, reach your right hand forward this time, but on the mat. 8 lifts. 8, 7, 6. Have you shifted into that left arm? If so, try to come back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now, left leg goes back. Keep the toes down. Right hand forward. Keep the hand down. Both lift, both lower. Both lift, both lower. Lift, lower, 4, 3, 2, hold it up on the 1, out a little bit, in, out a little bit, in, 4, 3, breathe, 2, and 1, come on back, sink it back, take a little breather. All right, so if you have socks on, I would say probably take them off for this next part. Just find it makes it a little bit easier. We're gonna do a little bit of balance. So I'm gonna come out of the frame, and that's fine. You only need to see my lower half. We're gonna do a little bit of lunges. It's a nice way to get your heart rate up a little bit too. So, standing hip distance apart. From here, you're gonna step your right foot back, as far back as you feel comfortable. And let's just try some bend and extend. So the most you would go is a 90-degree bend with both legs and then bring it up. If you live here, that's fine. Bend and extend. 4, 3, 2. Now, last one. As you come up, tap the right foot to the ground. And if you've got it, lift your right knee up. Tap it to the ground, step back, lunge. Up, tap, knee lift, tap, back, lunge, up, tap, knee lift, tap. If you want to eliminate the tap, it becomes one fluid motion. Back, knee lift, back. You can always hold onto a chair here if you need it. 4, lift, 3, lift, 2, lift, 1, lift, take a break. How you doing? Having fun yet? No? Okay, cool. All right. Set it up so you're hip distance apart. Let's just find that lunge position. Back as far as you feel comfortable. It doesn't need to be crazy far. But so you feel a little bit of a stretch to the front of that left thigh. From here, bend both knees, straighten both. Bend both, straighten. Good. And I would probably exhale on the up, but as long as you're breathing one way in one direction, other way the other, that's fine. 3, 2, Last one. Now from here, lunge, toe tap, knee lift, toe tap, take it back. Toe tap, knee lift, toe tap, take it back. Toe tap, knee lift. And if you wanted to take out the tap, we've got 5 more. Lift, right back. 4, back, 3, back, 2, back, 1, back, step it up. Cool. So that was our little finale. And we've got time to stretch. Okay, that'll feel good. So you're gonna find a mermaid position. Bring your left shin in line with the front edge of the mat, right foot behind you. So it should be nice, probably opens a little bit here. From here, you're gonna bring your right hand to the outside of that right leg, and then reach your left hand up. Whoo! There's nothing that feels better than getting length in between the bottom rib and the hip. Relax your right shoulder. Just grow tall. Meaning that way, not up to the ceiling. And breathe. Come on up through center. We shall switch sides. So, right shin here, other foot back. Left hand to the outside of that right shin. Reach up and over. Drop your left shoulder and breathe. So for some reason I had a call come in partway through this, so I'm going to try to piece 2 videos together. I don't know if I can do it, but if this seemed a little bit jumbled, that's why. Technology is not my friend. Come on back. Okay, so let's take your feet out to a V, and then a few things can happen here. If it feels okay, bring your left foot in towards your right inner thigh. Square your body off to your right leg. Start to walk it forward. So if you've got a belly and it feels in the way, hold it here. If you're able to go a little farther, that's fine. But if it feels in the way, you're gonna work that top arm reach instead, hopefully getting some stretch through this part of your low back. And if your hamstrings are really tight, you're gonna feel it there too. Come on back. Open that left leg. Right foot comes in, squaring the body off. Reaching. Now I realize I've definitely gone over 30 minutes because I started my watch a few minutes late, but stretching never hurt anybody. So this one was pretty leg focused. Next one we'll do some more arm focus. If you have requests, let me know. If there's certain parts of your body that feel pretty tight that you want to stretch out, let me know. I'm happy to help. All right, we'll be back with more. Bye.